channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Karine and I like to make travel and lifestyle videos. As you guys have seen, we recently went to Walt Disney World, Epic Universe, Mickey's Not So Scary, and we also did an MSC cruise out of Port Canaveral. So we are back from a very long 2-week vacation, an amazing vacation, and we have such an amazing haul for you guys. We went crazy. This is pretty much gonna be a whole haul for this little kind of like a 3-part trip, I would say, because we did Disney / Mickey's Not So Scary, we did a bit of Universal, and we also did something new. We went on a cruise, not a Disney cruise, but it was still a really great cruise nonetheless, and we do have a haul from that. I think we got some really great stuff. It was such an amazing vacation. It just felt so nice to be back at Disney. We weren't planning to be there not until 2026. So to be able to go earlier than when we were expecting was just such a blessing. We were so grateful to go. So yeah, so we have a haul. I can't wait to get into it because we have a lot of stuff to cover. If you like this content, don't forget to give it a like or subscribe, or even if you just interact with it, it really helps me out a lot. So if you guys are excited to see this haul, then stay watching because we have a lot of stuff to go through. All right, as always, we are going to start with some of the simpler first things that we get when we go to Disney is some magic bands. So this time around we got simple solid colors. I wasn't too fond of any of the patterns they had this year, so we got these. Sean got the khaki green and I got the black. I had to get a new one just because I kind of have a new Disney account and my old Disney account was associated with my old magic band. And we originally brought Sean's, he had a Mandalorian magic band. We originally brought that, but it wasn't connecting. And we were told by a cast member that they kind of expire every 2 years, and it's been a little over 2 years since we last went. So he basically had to get a new magic band as well. So we both got magic bands. Obviously, we were celebrating something. We were celebrating Sean's birthday, so we got the standard I'm celebrating buttons. So we got the I'm celebrating Sean's birthday, so this one was mine because I was celebrating his birthday. And then he, of course, got the happy birthday button with his name on it. So I feel like it's routine to just get a birthday button or any kind of celebration button. If you don't know, or if you've never been to Disney, they will hand out free buttons. They have happily ever after buttons, birthday buttons, or just a regular I'm celebrating button. And it could just be something as simple as I'm celebrating getting 100 on my math test. You know, they will give you a celebration button no matter what you are celebrating. So I think that's such a nice touch that they do in the parks. So we always get one of each. We even got a happily ever after one. We are definitely building a collection of birthday buttons, celebration buttons, and happily ever after buttons. We got a lot of mugs on our trip, so I'm kind of gonna do this haul in sections. So we'll do it in mugs, Halloween, Epic Universe, pins, and then cruise-ish. So for the mugs, we kind of got a bit from each section of our trip, so I just combined all of them. But the first one is, of course, the resort mug. So we did one day where we were resort hopping, if you saw that vlog, and we resort hopped to Pop Century, Art of Animation, we went to Caribbean Beach Resort, Riviera, we went to the boardwalk, which was really nice. We've never been to the boardwalk before, Polynesian, Contemporary, and also the Grand Floridian, which was our first time going there. So we had to get a resort mug, and we actually utilized it a lot on our trip. We used it throughout the resort hopping day, but as well on our other park days. So we would just get some complimentary water and we would fill it up in this mug. And then we even utilized it for the first portion of our cruise because on our cruise we didn't have any drink packages. So they give out free water at the buffet, so we would usually fill this up with ice and water for our whole cruise trip. So this came in really handy. And if I sound a little congested, it's because I'm actually sick. When we came back from the cruise, we got a little sick. Sean was very sick. So If I sound a little stuffy, that's the reason why, but I wanted to get this haul done as quickly as possible because there is just so much to unpack that I just want to put it all away for now. So I figured I need to film this video. So that's why I sound a little congested. But the next cup is Epic Universe. So this was our first visit to Epic Universe, which is the new theme park at Universal. Let me tell you, it was such an amazing park. It sounds cheesy, but it was so epic. So we obviously had to get a refillable mug, and again, we utilized this so much. We had free refills all day at Epic Universe, and it's also a really nice souvenir to bring home from the park. Epic Universe, Universal's Epic Universe logo on the front, and then on the back, it even says Grand Opening 2025. I didn't notice that initially, so that's pretty cool that it says Grand Opening. I don't think Sean even noticed it. I'm gonna point it out to him when he comes back. When we stopped off at some ports on the cruise, we found this as a souvenir and we figured, okay, it's insulated, it's metal, let's get it to refill on the cruise. And it is a giant tumbler, and it says Roatan, Honduras, which actually isn't a port that we were supposed to stop at initially, but because there was a hurricane going on, the boat wasn't able to dock because of the waters. They were super rough. We had to continue sailing, so we got an extra sea day, which was nice. And we also got an extra port, which was the Roatan Island in Honduras. So we figured, you know what, let's make the most out of it. Let's just go explore, even though we had nothing planned for that day, and we found this. This came in really handy for the rest of our trip because we got to put away our park mugs and just refill this large tumbler, and it stayed cold all day and all night, especially in the heat. It was super hot, and it came with like a metal straw, so we figured, okay, this is great. Okay, so this next one it was a purchase, but it wasn't a purchase. It was kind of like an unintentional purchase. So basically, when we went to Epic Universe, we went to the Burning Blade Tavern, and we got one of their specialty beverages, which was the Souvenir Monocaine Mocktail. So they had a regular one, or they had the souvenir one, but I thought the souvenir one just looked super cool, and I wanted to try it. I've seen it all over TikTok, all over Instagram, and it came in this little like beaker. As you can see, it's all wet because I just washed it, but it's this little beaker, and it comes with a straw, and inside they had pineapple syrup, blue raspberry syrup, passion fruit syrup, emerald prism powder to kind of make it like that shiny glow, Sprite, and it was served in this beaker. So it was not bad. We weren't like the biggest fans of this drink, but it was a cool souvenir to have. It was something to try. We wanted to try something unique to Epic Universe, so that was one of the ones that we tried. We have a souvenir out of it, so I don't consider that as like a purchase because it was a drink that we bought and it just came with the mug. And then while we were doing resort hopping, we also stopped at our favorite resort. We were so sad that we weren't staying at Pop Century, but we did the most damage at Pop Century, which was hilarious. So we did the most damage there, and we purchased a Pop Century tumbler. They didn't have any like nice actual mugs, which I'm really surprised. We always come back with like a ceramic mug of some kind, but we seem to have come back with a bunch of tumblers this time around. So we picked up one of the Pop Century tumblers, which was such a cute little souvenir. Now we can have like our coffees in here or like tea on the go in our little Pop Century mug. So we have like an actual like coffee mug, and now we have a tumbler. And to continue the tumbler trend, our second tumbler was a Halloween exclusive. So on the front it says trick or treat, and then in the back we have Daisy and Donald dressed up as kind of like a cat and a devil with like the castle behind. And I just thought this was such a cute souvenir for like Halloween time. And you can put whatever you want in here. So metal as well. And we also got a second one because I will be doing a giveaway on my Instagram. So we had gotten 2 more items from there. The first one was a fridge magnet, and I thought this was super cute. And we have a pin, we have mugs. We were like, why not get a magnet? So we got a Pop Century magnet, and it just says Disney's Pop Century Resort, and it's basically the logo for Pop Century. And this will be going on our fridge. That way we can look at it every day while we drink from our resort mug and, you know, delusionally wish that we were there right now. And then Sean also got this. I was really surprised because he doesn't usually buy like merch at the parks. So he got like two things. He got a t-shirt, which I think we guys showed you guys in the vlog. I'm not too sure where it is right now. It's probably somewhere in the wash because we're doing the wash. So I will post like a picture of that t-shirt up here. But I'm pretty sure we showed it in the vlogs. And then he also got a jersey, which we were really surprised. So he's a really big hockey fan, and they had a Disney like hockey jersey at the Pop Century, and we were like, oh my gosh, we need to get this. This is so cute. So we got it in like a bigger size. That way like he can wear it and I can wear it and we can both kind of share it. And so I'll show you the front. So this is pretty much what it looks like. It has Mickey Mouse on the front. And on the side, there's even like Mickey Mouse with like some double hockey sticks. And I think that's an M. Yeah, an M for Mickey. And we really liked it because there was some blue and red, which is a little bit of like the Habs colors because we're Habs fans because we're from Montreal. And then in the back, it says Mickey and then number 28. I don't know what number 28 references to. If you guys know, leave a comment down below. I'd be really curious to know what it's in reference to. There must be a reason why it's that number though. But I thought this was such a cute little souvenir for him, and he was really happy with the purchase. So that was a really great find. So we got the hockey jersey, and we will definitely be wearing it, especially now that it's getting cooler outside. I think like that's a really nice, you know, top to wear. Next is our Epic Universe haul. We didn't get too much. We only got 2 items plus the reusable mug. So the first one, Sean always on our trips has to get one sort of towel. It's kind of like tradition. So he got a lovely Epic Universe towel. Is this upside down? Yes, it's upside down. Okay, here you go. Epic Universe. So it says Epic Universe on the front, and it's pretty much just like their logo with like the kind of like the design of like the stars, the galactic like constellations that they kind of have everywhere. That's sort of like their theme. And it says Universal's Epic Universe. So I think this is a beautiful towel. I think we did really well in getting this one over, you know, over doing another Disney towel. We have a lot of Disney towels, and this one was just something different. So we got this one, and then the next item, I actually didn't get it in the parks. I saw it at the store, the Epic Universe store at the airport when we first got there. And I'm like, oh, I really wanted these. So I ended up purchasing them at the airport even before we went to any parks. And it is the Super Mario headband, one of their Super Mario headbands. They have a lot. They have like the one with the stars. They have one with like, I think one has like Mario and Luigi. One that has like the little ghosties. So I thought this one was the cutest. It like honestly was my favorite. So I got one of these, and I'm really happy about my purchase. So that was my Epic Universe purchase. And also they had so many cute How to Train Your Dragon items, but we were already spending so much that we were kind of like, okay, we're gonna hold back on purchasing any other merch, but we could have definitely done so much more damage. So that was the first pair of ears. The second pair of ears was one I saw on Instagram, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to get these. And it is just the plain, simple Mickey ears. I think this made for such cute ears, especially during like pictures at like the boardwalk and stuff like that. So these photographed really, really well. I wish they could come out with one like this, but with like mini bow in between. I think that would be really cute. Just kind of like a simple like sheer like white bow. I think that would be really nice. Disney, if you're watching this, you guys should do that. So that was the second pair of ears I got. I have the black ones already. I wanted the white ones, so I got those. There were also some Halloween ones. kind of like that viral ghost, but they didn't have it at all. They had none of that merch, which I was really sad about. It's almost like they sold out right away, so we weren't able to get our hands on any of that stuff. But it's okay. It was probably better for my wallet that I didn't because they had some really cute stuff for that collection. And then lastly, this was kind of like a bit of a last minute purchase. I had seen it throughout the parks and I kept telling myself like, oh no, it's okay, I don't need it. I already got a pair of ears. But the more I looked at it, the more I was like, oh my god, they're so cute. I need to get them. And it is the Villains collection. I love that they came out with like a whole Villains collection. They had Ursula, I think they had Evil Queen, but I think they were out of that one, and then like a bunch of other villains. But I chose to get the Maleficent ears, and they went so well with that little black dress that I wore to Hollywood Studios. So these were the ears that I got, and I'm actually debating. I feel like I've seen people bedazzle these, and I feel like I could do such a good job as well. But I also don't want to ruin them, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I bedazzle them? Should I not? We will see. But these were definitely a must purchase. And this kind of goes with the next purchase. This was like I saw this beforehand and I'm like, if I could have one purchase in the parks, this would be it. And it was the Maleficent Loungefly. She's a little squished because I had to kind of fit everything into our luggages. But look at how beautiful. She's like a nice little like velvety like feel to her. So I'm always scared to like get her wet and stuff like that, but she was like, I need to purchase this. This is beautiful. And I'm going to show you close up because she has like a bunch of like little like rose details in the front, and her evil eyes are looking at you. So it paired so well with this, and I think this is just such a beautiful collection. Definitely was a must purchase for me. I love Maleficent, Sleeping Beauty. Anything classic Disney for me is just, I love it. Next, we also had Mickey's Not So Scary. So we got 2 items from there. We also got some pins, but I will do all the pins together. So the first is our very own popcorn bucket. We have never owned a popcorn bucket before. And we were like, oh my gosh, we need to get a popcorn bucket this year. And they had so many cute Halloween ones, so we decided to get this one, which was the Jack Skellington popcorn bucket. So he has like a little pumpkin on his hand. And down here there's a little pumpkin. Oh, I didn't even notice. There's like a basket with like Deadly Nightshade inside. And 0. And then on the other side it says RIP. And you basically just open the other side and they fill this whole section with popcorn for you. So when you purchase the bucket, it comes with the popcorn. And at first I was like, oh, this is not a lot of space to like put popcorn. Like, what are you fitting in here? But I didn't realize it goes all the way down. So this whole thing here as well fills up with popcorn. So we got him, and he comes with like a little shoulder strap or neck strap. I've seen some people wear it over their neck. He was a really great purchase. And then we also got a really cute tote bag. So we got this tote bag and it kind of saved our lives because even though we brought an extra carry-on, the Jack Skellington pretty much took up that whole carry-on. So we needed a lot more space to kind of fit some of the merch that we purchased on the cruise. And the fact that we had this tote bag saved our lives, so we were able to bring it on as an extra carry-on. And it was the Halloween carry-on. It says Walt Disney World, and it's like a really sturdy, like, I guess you could call this like a canvas material. Like, it was like a very thick canvas material. And it says Walt Disney World on the bottom, and then there's Mickey and Minnie in kind of like their little Halloween outfits with the castle and some pumpkins. And then over here, I don't know what this is. It's like a bubble of some kind or like magic, but it's like embroidered on the front. And it honestly was so spacious. We were able to fit so much in here. As you can tell, it's like the size of me. It's like a whole carry-on. So this saved our lives. It was honestly the best purchase ever. We were able to fit my Maleficent Loungefly and like all of the mugs in there, which was awesome. So our 2 Halloween purchases from Mickey's Not So Scary, but then the canvas, we were able to purchase it whenever. So Okay, next and the most like crazy part of this, haul is the pins. So if you guys have seen all of our haul videos before, you know that we are very big into pin trading. You can see some of my pins in the back. And I don't know, there's something about when we purchase Disney pins when we're on vacation where we both can't hold back. It's an addiction. So we will start with Pin HQ. So that is not all, guys. Oh, hold on, I just gotta show you. We even have like a whole bag from Pin HQ. Now, obviously, it's not full of pins in here. I will show you guys what's in here. But let's start with the pins. So essentially, we were walking around. They have such an amazing array of pins that it was so overwhelming to just look around and try to see if there was something that you liked. And then also there were a bunch that you liked, but they were like selling them at crazy amounts, like $70 plus, which to me, I find it hard to spend more than like $30 on a pin. So we managed to find like a few boards that had like lower priced pins. So we mainly got from there. So the first one that we got is a little like crush pin from Finding Nemo. We have one of him already, but we weren't sure, so we got another one. He is also a Loungefly pin, so he's Loungefly in the back. So we got him, and then we also got his son. I think his name is Squirt, but he is such a cutie. Look at him. And he has like little flowers on his shell, and I thought that was so cute. And he has a Loungefly pin as well. We managed to find a lot of stuff for our standalone collection, so we did not have a Mr. Incredible to add to our Pixar collection, so we found one of him. I found Mulan, but we already have Mulan, but I found her in like a different outfit. And that's something I tend to do. So if I have the character already and I find them in a different outfit, I will get that different outfit because it's technically a different one. So I found this one. Same thing with Jasmine. I have her in her like traditional outfit, but I found her in this one and I've never seen this one before. And I thought it was just so interesting, and it's a little glittery on the bottom there. So I decided to get one of her. We have Figment, but it's kind of like a hidden Mickey Figment, so I wanted something even better. And we found a standalone of just Figment in such a nice like size too. So this is what he looks like. Absolutely love Figment. We got to ride Figment this time around. Next, another standalone that we do not have. He is looking really cool, and it is a Mufasa pin. So we have a Scar, we have a Simba, we have a Nala, but we do not have a Mufasa. So I'm really happy that we were able to find him. Next, we don't really have any pins from Cars. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. It's our first pin from the Cars movie. And it is Mater, and it's a standalone as well for our collection. And he's looking pretty cool. The back of him is like very simple. So I think he's like a bit of an older pin. But I really liked it. Next, to add to our growing Mickey collection, we started this collection not even intentionally like creating it. We just wanted some Mickey Mouses, and then we found other cute Mickey Mouses. So we collect Mickey Mouse standalone in different outfits. And this one is Mickey Mouse on safari. And we got to do the Kilimanjaro safaris this time around. So I thought this was really fitting to get. So that's a really cute one to add to our Mickey collection. And then these two, I'm not too sure why we got them. One is just to add to our Halloween collection, I think. And it's just like a little Mickey pumpkin. And then the other one is a Yzma pin. I find she's really hard to find in general on pins. Like, we're still waiting to find one where she's just by herself. But it's her with the little like poison. The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. Wow. That is what we got. And then when you purchase a certain amount of pins at GoPin Pro, they give you a free little like pin, I guess, pinfolio type I don't even know what they're called. Yeah, I guess a pinfolio. It says pinfolio. A little like small pinfolio. We also purchased, there's currently 3 in here, but they come in a pack of 4. One of them I will be giving away with my giveaway. But it's a pack of like the very mini pinfolios. So they look like this. It's basically like half of what the other one is. I think even less. Yeah, it's less than half. They're like mini ones. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with them. I initially purchased it for the giveaway. I might just sell them at maybe the next Montreal pin event if we can get a table. So we got some of these, and we have one of these. And these ones were honestly amazing. We used them during our park days, and it was honestly the perfect size. I think I'm going to be using this going forward in the parks. We do have some other ones that kind of open up, but this one, I think they were great. They were honestly amazing. Next, they're goods from GoPin Pro. So we wanted nice ways to kind of display our pins because we're running out of space in our binders. And so we got the jumbo versions of their pinfolios. Look at how amazing. So they come in a pack of 2. And I think it was a pack of 2 for like $17. And just to give you some idea, so this is the mini compared to the large. And then the mini. Look at this. Look at the size difference. Wow. And then I think they even have like a medium version, but we wanted just the largest version possible. So we got 2 blue and 2 black ones. So the blue ones are usually mine, and then Sean has the black ones. And with it, we also purchased kind of like the clear, like zippered. I'll open this to show you guys what it's gonna look like. But they're like zippered pouches to kind of protect the pins. Especially if, let's say, we'll use them at a pin event. This will kind of help protect it. Like that. And then you put your pinfolio inside. And then that way your pins can be displayed really nicely. So I think that's really cool. And then like you can kind of store them however you want. And then when you want to pull out that collection, you just pull out that collection. And they're all nicely displayed, and none of them are gonna get scratched because they're in this little like plasticky binder. I think this is such a great invention. So that's pretty much everything we got from Pin HQ. Then we have the actual damage, which was the pins that we purchased. So the pins that we purchased, there's 2 parts. There's the mystery pins, and then there's actually the pins. First of all, we also have all of the pins that we traded for. So we were almost able to get rid of all of the pins that we came into the parks with. The only ones that we still have from our original are this guy and this one. We weren't able to trade them. So essentially, this is what all of our trades looked like. I think we did pretty well on all of our trades. And then there's also this one. And then also this one. So those are the trades. And then next, we have a whole bin full of pins. So the first one, this one was for Rosh Hashanah. So we celebrate, and it was, well, when we were gone, it was basically during this time. So we didn't have any kind of like dinner with family, which we usually do. So when we saw this, we had to get it. And it is a little Rosh Hashanah pin. And it's Chip and Dale with honey and apples. And I think it's so cute. And it's just, it was a must. We had to purchase it. Okay, hold on. How am I gonna do this? Okay, yeah. Okay, next we had some really cute Winnie the Pooh pins. So this one just says think, think, think. And it's something I say all the time to Sean. I reference the movie very often, so I had to get it. Next is a little Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway type of pin. It's them in like a little like car. You see this often at Hollywood Studios. So we just had to get it. It was really cute. Next, Obviously, a standalone character. He got a little bent. His backing card got a little bent. But it is a Llama Cusco. And he's holding the poison. I absolutely love this pin. I saw it before going to Disney and I'm like, we need to get this. Next, Sean got this one. It is just like a little Maleficent with, I don't know his name. I don't know. I know he has a name, but I can't remember his name, but it's her with her bird. Next, we got a standalone Grogu. So the one that we currently have, he looks a little off, not as like accurate to the original. I thought this one looked more accurate, so we're gonna be switching him in, and then the Grogu that we have currently, we are gonna be switching him out into our trades or selling him. Next, we got a standalone Rapunzel, which we do not have. So we got one of her, and she's gonna go right next to Flynn Rider in the back there. Next, we also wanted something to kind of commemorate like all the 4 parks. So they had a pin that represented each park, or they had this one, and I thought this was the better option just because you're spending less. And it was 1 pin for all 4 parks. So, and it says Walt Disney World at the bottom there. So I thought this was really cute. So we got this one. Now this next one, we don't usually collect Marvel, but when we saw it, we had to get it. And that's because on our first date ever, we went to go see Deadpool. So we kind of associate that with like the start of our relationship. And they had a standalone character of Deadpool. So I thought, oh my gosh, we just have to get him just to kind of commemorate that part of our relationship. So we got one of him. And then now for Halloween pins. So they didn't have the Mickey and Minnie version. Someone told us that they did. It was basically Mickey and Minnie, kind of like how they are on the tote bag. Those characters with like that outfit, but in a pin version, but they didn't have it. So we went and got the Daisy and Donald. And it's the same Daisy and Donald that are kind of on this year's tumblers and stuff like that. And I thought they were just super cute, so we got one of them. And then we had to get some of the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween exclusive. So if you don't have a park ticket for Mickey's Not So Scary, you can't purchase these. So we always have to get them just to kind of commemorate the Mickey's Not So Scary that we did that year. And so the first one is for the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular. And it just says Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular with the Sanderson sisters and their cauldron, and it says 2025. So we got that one. And then we also got this one, which is just the general Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. And it's one of Stitch, and he's lying down because he's all candied out with pumpkins. And it also says Magic Kingdom 2025 as well. So we got those 2. And then obviously if you go during Halloween time, you're going to be at Epcot for the International Food and Wine Festival. Now, we hadn't gotten one the first time we went around, so we were like, okay, let's get one this year. And it's one of Figment with all the little countries, and he's wearing a chef hat, and it says Epcot International Food and Wine Festival 2025. And he even has like a little bit of glitter in him. I didn't notice that the first time around. So we got one of him. I wanted to include these as well. They're like the little Disney Pandora charms, just because they didn't really go with any other section. So initially, no, not this one. We got 2. I always get one whenever I go to the parks to add to my Pandora bracelet. And I always get one of the Parks exclusive. So Parks exclusive Pandora charms means you can't get them anywhere at any other Pandora other than the Disney parks. The first one that I got was kind of to commemorate the Food and Wine Festival. And it's a little charm. I don't know if it's gonna focus. It's basically Remy with his little chef hat, and he's cooking. And I just love it. And if you flip open like the other section, it's like a little Paris with like a sky, and then it's just him on top. So I thought this one was super cute. I really wanted it. While I was paying, Sean went and got me another Pandora charm, which was the Halloween one that I wanted. And she's very, very tiny, and that's why I originally chose like the Remy over her. But it's basically a little purple moon with like Minnie Mouse on a broom with like a witch hat. And I don't know if it's gonna focus so close, but it's pretty much what she looks like. And I thought she was super cute. Super tiny, but super cute. So he got me that one, which I told him, I was like, why are you buying me something? And I think it was his birthday too. I'm like, why are you buying me something on your birthday? But he was like, I just wanted to get you something nice. I know you wanted the second one. So he bought me that one. And that is it for the Pandora charms. Usually I get one, but this time I was lucky enough to get two. Next, we have our mystery pins. So I'm gonna go through these pretty quickly because I did show you guys in the vlogs. So from the Imaginative Icons one, we got a little Sorcerer Mickey hat, and we got a duplicate of him. So we have two. We got the little mice from Cinderella in a little like pumpkin carriage. And again, we have a duplicate of that one. So we're gonna keep one and probably put the other in the trades. And then also from the Imaginative Icons, I feel like we're missing one. We're missing one Imaginative, oh no, here. So the next one we got was Pain and Panic and like the little Hercules juice. And also our favorite one, this was the one that we were hoping to get. It's the Yzma as a cat with like the couscous poison. Oh my god, this one we are definitely keeping. Then we also did a Haunted Mansion mystery pin set. We were really just hoping for the Hatbox Ghost, but we ended up getting her. She's one of like the stretching portraits. And then the bride. The bride was the one I was hoping for. So we got those. And then we also did the Villains mystery pack. So we got Shan Yu, which we already have one of him, so he's just gonna go back into our trades. We got the Evil Queen. We also got Hades. And we have a second one of Hades, so we have two. So one will go in the trades, one we will keep. And then we did, I think this one was called Magical Chefs. So we did this mystery pin pack, and the first one we got was Donald. Then we got Stitch, Kronk, and then the one that everyone's always looking for, we got a little Remy with a macaron, which was the one we were hoping for. So I'm really happy that we got that. And then the last mystery pack that we did 2 packs of the Mickey's Not So Scary exclusive. And that one as well, it's a mystery pin pack that you can only get at Mickey's Not So Scary. The first one that we got was a Pluto one in his little like pumpkin outfit. And they're all like cauldron pins. And then the next one was an Evil Queen one. And then one of my favorites, the little Mickey one. I feel like we need to like find a mini one now. And then also our favorite one, the Headless Horseman, which was the one we were really hoping for, and we were shocked to have gotten it. So that was all of our mystery pin packs. And then last but not least is our little haul from our MSC cruise. So we boarded the MSC Seashore from Port Canaveral after our Disney vacation. And we did a little bit of purchasing. So you guys saw that we got the Rotan tumbler. Okay, so the first is our shot glasses. So we went to Costa Maya and Honduras and Cozumel. So I basically got shot glasses for all of them. So this is the one that I got for Roatan with a little sea turtle. We did that sea turtle excursion, so I thought it was fitting to just get one with a sea turtle. Every time we saw a little baby sea turtle, we took the opportunity to purchase one. There was the Costa Maya one, so we just got like a little simple one. I've been to Cozumel before, so I have a shot glass for that, but we figured this one was $1, and I'm like, okay, I'll just purchase it for $1 just to kind of commemorate that we were here a second time. So it's just like a little blue one. And then we also have our little freebies that we found on the cruise. So if you guys are not aware, on cruises, people do like hidden ducky like things. So basically like they hide duckies, like rubber duckies, and then you can either choose to keep them or hide them. And so we did a bit of hiding ourselves, and then we also decided to keep one. So this one was actually given to us by someone on the cruise who does a lot of duck hiding, and she just was handing them out to a bunch of people, I guess in hopes that maybe they would hide some of them. So she gave us 2. This one was Sean, so we decided to keep the little simple one, and we hid the other one. And then some people were even hiding like minis, and I'm shocked that these were the only ones we were able to find. So the first one was like a little mini pink ducky. Look at how cute. I had to bring him home. He was so cute. And then towards the end of our vacation, we were like, okay, we're not gonna find anything else. And we were just kind of standing in the elevator, and I kind of like look up at the top of like the elevator like door, and sitting just right on top of the door was this little like flamingo. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. And he's wearing a little like pirate hat. So I was like, okay, he looks like he matches with that little duck. So we got those 2. And then we got some fridge magnets to kind of put with our Pop Century one. So the first one was a little sea turtle one from Costa Maya. So again, with the little sea turtle theme, I think that was just like the theme of our little cruise. So we got a little sea turtle, and he was super cute. So we got one of him. And then when we were in Cozumel, which is where we actually did that sea turtle excursion, they had this one. So, and it kind of looked like the excursion that we did. So the excursion that we did, we basically kind of like dug up kind of like where sea turtles lay their eggs, and we dug them up out of the sand, and we saved baby sea turtles from being eaten from predators and stuff like that, because usually how it works is the turtle will lay their eggs in the sand, cover it up, and then those baby sea turtles will hatch, and they will kind of have like 3 stages of like getting to the top. But then when they get to the top, if it's during daytime, predators like birds and stuff like that will try to eat them. So basically what we do is we dig them up, save them, put them in buckets, and then the marine biologists that were there, they will release them at nighttime, where they have a better chance at survival, better chance from not getting eaten by birds or like other types of animals. And so this one looked really like, it was really fitting, because it looks like some of them are like coming out of the sand, which was really nice. And it says Cozumel at the bottom, so we just had to get this one. We each kind of purchased like our own expensive-ish like souvenirs. So this one was Sean's, and it's basically like a little turtle that we got in Cozumel. So after the excursion, they bring you over to like a little beach and rest area, and over there's like local artisans that sell like their own like little artwork, and you're basically supporting the local artisans rather than like those port shops that they have. So we wanted to support them, so we got this to kind of put in our display case, and it's made with like kind of like oyster shells. So we thought that was really pretty. So we got one of those. And then my purchase, which is I think my favorite purchase, but it is this like little like artisan bowl. And I absolutely love it. It's like hardwood. And just the design gave me such like, I don't know, like Greece vibes a bit, but like also Morocco a bit, because my brother went to Morocco and he brought us like these little bowls, like mini bowls, 2 mini bowls that have like the similar design, like a dark blue and a light blue design. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this would look super cute with it in the kitchen. So we got one of those, and then they sign it for you at the bottom. And they said it's food grade. I'll just have to wash it probably beforehand, but I thought this was absolutely beautiful. I believe this was when we were in Costa Maya, but we had to get them. They were so cute for Halloween, and they were Disney themed. So I initially saw this really cute Oogie Boogie. Look at how cute. Oh my gosh, I'm absolutely in love with him. And he's not like plasticky. He's kind of like I don't know what material this is, but maybe it's some sort of like hard plastic or acrylic of some kind, but he was so cute, and he has like his little dice in his hand, and they kind of look like Funko Pops. So we got him, and then the guy said like, oh, like I'll give you a good price if you want to, because we're thinking of 2, but then we're like, nah, it's a little pricey to get 2. So we asked him, can you make us a price? And he did. So we got a little matching Jack Skellington. He got like a little scratched up here in transit, but I think he looks cute nonetheless. And he has like tombstones in the back, and it says Witch Hazel, Deadly Nightshade, and then Henbane. I don't know what that says, but I think he's super cute. They are definitely gonna go up probably somewhere here once I decorate for Halloween. And then last but not least, which is one of my favorite like purchases of this trip, it is my Walt Disney World sweater. I have been wearing this non-stop since we got back, but it has like a hood, and it's like, I got it super baggy because I like to just lounge around in like baggy outfits. So I got one of these, and it is one of my favorite purchases of this trip. And that pretty much concludes our haul. If you guys enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Night night.